Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's Mike here at Gamefromscratch, and today we are looking at a version of the Godot editor which is actually better in a lot of ways, at least in my humble opinion, and then way worse in the fact that, well, it's not part of the official repository and it's not open source. But if you're willing to live with those facts, GDStudio is definitely worth checking out. You see it in front of you. This is basically a redesign of Godot, the editor side of Godot. And he's fixed some things that I have found as irritations, and obviously he found as irritations as well, which is why he went ahead and created this project. Now, this is not competing with Godot. It is a replacement front end. It should stay more or less compatible with the Godot engine projects behind the scenes. So if you're using Godot 4.6, there is a 4.6 version. There is a 4.7 version out there available as well. So you can still open your Godot projects up. This is just a new front-end editor for it. So why go through this work? Well, one of the immediate things is it loads faster, and it really does. I found it about twice as fast, which is nice. That's definitely something that I appreciate. But the biggest thing is going to be the UI redesign. So what you're going to notice right now, here we have just a typical scene. You're going to notice the side has been collapsed down. I can open that back up, close it down to my heart's content. Now, where this really starts to shine, though, is when we start talking about multiple scenes. So right now, you can open up a single scene. You can have multiple tabs. But what you can do with this is I can actually take this tab. By the way, I can drag and drop to position tabs like so. Nothing really special there, but I can actually take this tab, break it off, and then dock it. So yes, you could have multiple scenes, different scenes open at the same time on screen at once. And again, each one gets its own tree view, so we can go ahead and open it up. So if you're working this alone, this should be in Godot. This is wonderful. I absolutely love this. I don't know what the technical limitations preventing this are, but I have dreamed of this since the very first time I opened up Godot. This is a huge time saver and would be one of the biggest usability perks that you could add to Godot, in my humble opinion. Now, it doesn't end there. There's a bunch more going on behind the scenes. They've also gone ahead and done this. So now all of the drop-ups and so on from the bottom, you can now pop them up in the middle of the screen like so. At the same time, let's say we've got a resource like GDScript. Now, you're going to notice before in Godot, you had like 2D, 3D script and so on. Well, how does that work now? Well, it works in a couple of ways. Let's get rid of this for a second. So here, this one, for example, has a 2D scene attached to it. If I want to switch over to 2D, I'd click 2D, and then it opens up the 2D version of the scene. Or it goes to a 2D viewport. So like this one, for example, there's nothing there to go with, but that's how you toggle between the 2D and 3D versions of a scene. Very straightforward. Now, what about assets? Well, assets basically are given their first-class window treatment as well. So let's just say I have this shader right here, or the screen handler, sorry. Boom, it's just a full screen tab, like so. And I can move that tab over to here. So there's no dedicated text editor window. Everything just opens up in a full-blown window. So you have all of this real estate to work with. By the way, you can also split this window back and forth over here. And again, this all little things, but the usability is just lovely. And the biggest thing, again, is this tab functionality. Again, if you want to spawn a new tab, by the way, click the little plus icon down here, and it'll drop you to this screen. So you can go ahead and create a new scene, new resource, or whatever, or you can basically go ahead and open up one of your existings, and you see you got a quick one down there. So again, if I wanted to look at I don't know, the player again, I could come in here, pick up the player scene, grenade launcher, boom, and I open up that specific asset and that asset alone. And once again, if I want to see it on the sideline, I could boom, drop that over there. Same deal, I could go ahead down here. Let's open up the player right here, switch back to 3D on that one, like so. And now we have a 3D view of that as well, which, by the way, I can also do that and continue nesting over. Honestly, this should be in Godot. I can't see any way that this isn't this behavior right here with tabs. This is a superior experience in my opinion, but I'm curious what yours is down below. Let me know if you like this better than the way that Godot does things, because I think what he has done here is amazing. I could see going through the pain of just downloading a separate version of the just for the editing environment alone, just for this functionality. I honestly think that this is wonderful. I also do like the dock like this, and then I appreciate the fact that we've got all these various different things. So like if I'm working on a shader, and then boom, I can have the shader in my full screen like so. And then again, you can have it take up everything, get rid of the tab over here. You've got all the room in the world. By the way, you can obviously move them back and forth and so on. I think that this is the bomb. I honestly think that this is wonderful. There's really only one thing I don't like about this project, and it's not that it's a fork, because I think you would have to make this a fork, because the people at Godot don't obviously, or don't always agree with people's UX changes. Although I honestly think that this is an improvement across the board. Like I don't think anybody would argue that this isn't a better layout. But I'm curious if you would you like the old layout, or do you like the idea of being able to split tabs and split panes and so on? So each one gets their own inspector and their own tree. That is definitely a big part of it right here. Shaders, materials, resources, they all open as full workspaces, so they work just the same as first-class citizens, like when you're dealing with a 2D or a 3D scene. That is lovely as well. On top of that, the bottom drawer slides up over the workspace for the file system, logs, or any panels you want down there. So again, kind of a useful thing so that it's not attached to an individual one. So it works well with this particular system. And then also scenes and resources open faster. So you can see an example right here of opening up the TPS demo. GDStudio takes 3 seconds versus Godot 4.6, which takes about 7, I think it was, in this particular example. And in my experiences, it actually does load resources about twice as fast. Now, this is probably more low-level changes. I don't know what has caused that speed up. But one of those things that I would love to see contributed back to the core, and that for sure. So in terms of what is GDStudio, it is a new Godot engine project editor. Again, editor, built with performance and UX improvements in mind. I started using Godot in 2014 and loved it immediately. Node system feels intuitive and fun to work with. The editor itself always felt like it lacked direction and was constantly getting in my way. So he decided to build his own version. So what is different? So biggest change, you're no longer limited to one view at a time. In the Godot editor, you switch between 2D, 3D, and script one at a time. And the inspector only ever shows for a single selection. In GDStudio, each scene, script, or resource opens in its own tab, which you can arrange any way you like, even placed on a separate monitor. So you can dock away tabs as well. So you can come up here, right click, and then detach out that window, and then move that off screen wherever you wish it to be, or so on. So a lot of flexibility in their view system here. Why is it alpha? Most of the functionality works, but a few areas still need improving. The biggest one is add-ons. I'm still refining the code to support as many editor add-ons as possible, and some of them may not work yet because of the way they rely on specific UI node layouts. I will report add-on compatibility status once that work is done. So back up your project or use source control when working with this editor. What version is this compatible? So right now, project's made with 4.6.3, and there is also a 4.7 version as well. It ships with the C# module by default, by the way. So you can also go back, so you don't have to keep using GD editor. You can actually switch back to the Godot editor if you wish. So why not merge? So it reworks most of the editor's systems using different programming principles than the way the editor is built today, mostly in style by Casey Muratori and the Handmade Gang. This reworking will continue to go deeper, and my main goal is to simplify the code and improve performance. So this is the big one. Why not open source? I feel most comfortable working this way. I don't have the means, monetary and otherwise, to maintain a public project. Keeping it closed lets me move fast and follow the direction I have in mind. So that is definitely the one big downside on this one. It is not an open source project. So if he goes away, the project goes away. It's definitely one of those things to commit to. But at the same time, that doesn't really matter at the end of the day, because you can think of this as like a new tool on top. You're still using the same Godot, same file formats and all of that. It's just a different and improved editor on the front end. Honestly, I didn't expect much when I first started playing with GDStudio, but using it for a little bit, this is lovely. It is just a great way to work. I do wish that this was spacebar driven, but I imagine that can be done. But other than that, it is how I picture Godot's UI should work. It's just intuitive, it's smooth, and then once you get used to it, once you get used to things like having access to 2 inspector trees or 2 node trees at the same time, so when you're working on your main character and your game environment, whatever, you will find it very, very hard to go back. But you're also going to find some things that are definitely going to be pain points. I find this little floater here a little ugly. That's how you run your game, and you're going to be like, okay, wait a minute, where's asset library and script coder? Well, script coder is gone because you edit those in line. Bang, boom, it's just there. So it's not needed anymore as a tab. And then the other stuff is going to be headed down into like submenu. So if you want to find the asset library, for example, it is available over here. So things it's going to require a bit of a learning curve from what you're used to. There's also this command palette here as well. It is It is lovely. I actually, again, I didn't come in expecting much when I checked out GDStudio because, it's like one guy with his own opinions, but damn, his opinions are good. So I'm curious, what do you think of GDStudio? Again, if you check it out with your own project, make sure you have a backup or whatever. It's not supposed to mess with your project files, but it might. It is a little disappointing that the source code isn't available. I understand 100% why this is a fork and how you couldn't do this otherwise, but I would love to see this be used as like inspiration for how Godot's UI could be improved. But again, I want to ask the community, because basically UIs are a very opinion-driven thing. From what you saw today, would you rather work with this, or do you like the way Godot works out of the box? Do let me know in the comments down below, and I will talk to you all later. That, ladies and gentlemen, GDStudio. Oh yeah, and another downside, downloads available right now only for the Windows versions. So Linux and macOS are sadly coming soon, not yet available. All right, let me know what you think. Comments down below. I will talk to you all later. Goodbye.